I would say America is definitely one of the hardest country right now to pursue this dream, the art dream, even though it looks like all the studios are still here, right? All the jobs are still here, but I would say under the blanket, not really.
Hello, welcome to our Tel Original Podcast. And then today we are so happy to invite one of the most popular and most famous Taiwanese character designer, Crystal Kong here. And then today I'll be the host. I'm Kyle. I'm also from Taiwan. And then this is Piper.
Yeah, I'm Piper. I'm BFAC experimental animations.
Yes, and then so before we talk about the serious topic about art, maybe we should introduce a little bit about Crystal. So Crystal is a famous Taiwanese character designer, and then who is currently working in US, and then yeah, and then also besides knowing for being an artist, Crystal also actually also have a cooking account on Instagram. So maybe we should talk about baking first. And what do you? We're actually curious about how Crystal you get into baking and how do you being so good at baking? And then can you share a little bit what's your first experience of baking in your own time?
Yeah. Okay. So, hi, I'm Crystal. Yeah, I draw, but I also bake. I just bake for fun. So actually didn't bake until I came to America, like not that many years ago. And then what got me started was when I feel like I'm stressed, and how I cope with stress is bake. And I got more stress I am, the more I bake. So when you realize I starting to upload a lot of things on my baking account means that in that period I'm very stressed. And that's how I bake. Yeah. That's basically what happened. And then like there's one time I was working BlueSky many years ago, and then BlueSky got shut down, right? It was during the pandemic, and they said BlueSky shut down. And then we were so stressed, and it was about like Chinese New Year about this time, and I cooked 17 dishes in one night to fill like a Chinese New Year Eve dinner, and I just like fill the whole table. That's how stressed I am. That's kind of like, yeah, that kind of helped me relax. Like baking, cooking. Um, yeah, the first thing I baked, I don't remember, but there's like a thing I failed really hard is when I first started. I didn't know when you whip up heavy cream, making like whipped cream, I didn't know you need to keep that cream cold. I was so dumb. Like, how do you not know that? You need to keep the cream cold, otherwise it's gonna melt. And I just like I was making like a Swiss roll cake, and that cake is like freshly baked, like hot cake body, and it's like dump the cream in there and just melt. And it was so disgusting. It was like very soggy, and it's like the whole cake turned into liquid with the cream, and then my kitchen just, yeah, that was the biggest fail I have.
Is there any easiest bread that you would recommend to people who want to start baking now?
The easiest. Also, cookie is always a good start because you just mix everything. You don't need any tools. If the butter, just like wait till the butter. You can find so many cookie recipes online, but like if you don't have any tools, just use your hand. Just wait till the butter is really soft and just mix with your hand. I think that's like the easiest thing I can think of. Like just zero tools. Sourdough is actually pretty easy. I bake a lot of sourdough because you don't need any tool again, but you just need a really strong oven. Yeah, but I would say cookie is probably like most like student friendly. You can even bake in like the college dorm. As long as you have hand, you can bake cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we're talking about your hobby in baking, and I think it's also a very good time we can talk about like, is there any work-life balance when you're working animations? Because I feel like for people who's working animation, we're always constantly working on like professionally, personally, and maybe like it's really hard to handle the work time in your lifetime. And
Yeah.
so what's your work-life balance like? Is there any work-life balance in your professional life after you moved to US?
Yeah, it got pretty bad before. I feel like the thing about work-life balance is not just it's not just about like working hours. It's like mentally, if your brain is rest enough from not just art, just like overall industry. And there's like I starting to realize there's a big thing for me is my friend. It probably happened to all of you too. Like all my friends, all my social cycles are people from the industry too. Like my friends are people I met at work, especially for international people like us, because we don't have any like family or something in this country. So how our social circle built is from friendship. And that naturally become built just like start from where you work. So you work and you go back home, even though you're not working, you talk with your friends, you talk about work, and then you hang out with your friends in the on the weekend. You guys talk about work, you talk about projects in the studio, you talk about how the industry shit, like how finding a job, things like so all you talk about 24/7, you think about is either work or art, and then it got a lot better after I moved to Bay Area, and then kind of far away from LA. Like I'm not in LA anymore. And then so I kind of like constantly paying attention to this thing, realize people I talk with are all industry people. That's good and not good. It's not good for my mental, but I need a break. So I kind of start joining some events that people just like here in the neighborhood. It will be like people just want to meet up in the bar every week. And I try not to talk about what I do because people be so curious, like, oh my God, you're an artist. What do you do? I just know I'm just someone just like living in this neighborhood. You know? Yeah, I just walk my dog and I go to like dog parks. I have like a dog. So we go dog parks and meet new people there. And then my boyfriend, my partner, he has nothing to do with art. So when I'm like swiping dating apps, I'm like, I don't want artists. I don't want artists. I need someone doing something different. So I got to meet his social cycle, which is also not good. So I felt like right now it's a good balance. My friends are like 50-50. And it really helps me to see, to kind of like, it really helped my anxiety level to go down. Like, oh, the industry is so hard right now. Everything's out of job. But then when half of the people you know are not part of this, and then you realize, oh, there's a life outside of this bubble too, and that really helped me improve my work-life balance. It's not about like work hour. I mean, I still work extremely long amount of hours, especially I work from home, just forget to rest. But like mentally it really helps like the balance. Yeah.
I'm wondering, do you make a like daily schedule or something like, oh, you plan you're gonna work 8 hours today? Do you make that kind of plan?
um i I have a full-time job, so that's basically you kind of like have a, I work from home, right? So there's no one like standing here be like, you need to start working right now. No. It's kind of like how I feel, because I feel the best to work out in the morning. So I'm forced myself to need to leave the house and go to the gym or whatever before noon. Otherwise, I know that day I will just not go. So basically, I have like a really just like that kind of life schedule. It's not just about work. Like, okay, before noon I work out, and then around noon I come back and cook, and then I start working after I cook. And then that's like, I feel like I've done everything important of the day. Now I can start working, and I just work, walk my dog, come back, have dinner, and kind of work a little bit, and then you kind of like counting the hours. Oh, that's about 8 hours, like, you know. And I probably just not gonna be clock out exactly at 6. I probably will be like 8, or maybe I separate my hours a little bit more. I work a little bit on weekend, but it's pretty much the same amount working full time. Yeah, I'm not like clocking in, clocking out. Yeah.
Oh, you have both dog and cats. How do you make them not fight to each other?
Oh, they fight. Yeah, you can't stop.
That's
Yeah, I mean, dog. I don't know. I was like looking at like dog videos online. They're so cute. Like dog and cat are like cuddling each other. Why that never happened to mine? They don't hate each other. They play with each other, but they also kind of ignore each other, and they don't. Yeah. I want them to have that like cute little cuddling time. But no, that didn't happen.
Crystal, you mentioned now you're currently working remotely for the studios. Can you share a little bit to us about what's the difference between like working on site and then what's the difference like working remotely in your home? Because I personally found out if you make your living space into a workspace, it's actually kind of hard to balance the stress because the place you're living right now is basically the place you work. So do you like separate your working area or you just basically working in the place you're living in the living room or any yeah.
Yeah. So what I found helpful is I know like some people have I have a one bedroom, so it's a little bit easier. But if you only have a studio or something, just try not to put the desk right next to your bed. That's that's I found that's gonna be so hard for you to get from like resting and working. It's too close. It's too close. So like my bedroom is my bedroom, and then so I have like a thing like an OCD. If I'm wearing outside clothes, I don't touch my bed. So like even though I work from home, I will put even like workout clothes or whatever. I'm not gonna be wearing pajamas the whole day because I feel like I'm in pajama. I'm just like stripped to bed. Yeah, and like the first thing you gotta take off your pajama, and then I put something that I will not let that clothes touch my bed. And then I know like before I take off that clothes, I'm not going to do my bed. And I have a very uncomfortable sofa, so I don't really sit on the sofa anyways. Yeah, so I'm like if I'm working, I'm sitting here, and then the rest of the house is my working, like my life, my living area. Yes. It's kind of like that. I kind of need to like mentally separate it and then follow it. Like I have this divider. If you have like one like a studio, you probably will need a divider to divide your. It also look better in Zoom background.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
feel any difference? Do you feel any difference when there is a colleague around you and you just mostly working by yourself? If there is a colleague beside you, what's the difference?
Oh yeah, it definitely works. Works way better at home because you don't get to talk to people and then do things. I don't know why. I remember working there. You just constantly wanting to check what other people are doing. You just like hold your coffee. Your excuse is you going to refill your coffee. But when you refill your coffee, you walk back from the cafeteria and then you just stop by every single room on the way back and it's like, what are you doing? And then that takes like an hour. Yeah. I mean, it is a little bit lonely, like long run, because you don't talk to human anymore. Yeah, like we don't really have that many meetings at work anymore because everyone remote. My studio, everyone works remotely. Some people are in Europe, like time zone different. We just don't have meetings anymore and just don't talk. And that's a little bit weird, like without like human interaction. But I mean, you get work done better, yeah.
But it's okay. You have cat and dog. You can maybe talk to them.
I know. I feel like
Mhm.
I was like talking, and I was like, holy shit, my English is getting bad. My Chinese is not getting back. Like my after I moved to America, my Mandarin is getting really bad, and then my English is getting better. But after I start working from home, I don't talk anymore. Like they're both bad now. So like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so we talk about now you're working remotely for the studios, and we are also curious about how when a studio is working remotely, what's the workflow like? Because you're not going to meet with each other in person, and then most of the work is handled maybe online and maybe online meetings. Can you share a little bit how like the studio you are currently working, like how do they handle the work and task to the workers, and how do you collaborate with your colleague and stuff?
yeah, I feel it is a little bit harder to come. For sure, it's harder to communicate because now it's like if you have a problem, you don't get a chance to be like, just walk to the next room and ask that artist, like, oh, well, I need this. Can you send me this? Like, you don't get that anymore. But we have Slack. It's the same. We have Slack. You have something, just send through Slack. It just like also like communication. Like this part is a little bit slower. Um, but the good thing is like my coworkers are all pretty professional already. I think if I just started in the industry, I'll probably be like panicking because I'll be like, I don't know what to do. I need this, but I don't know what to do. But now you kind of need to know who you need to reach out to and ask and the feedback wise, like what you need. Um, yeah, it's not like that hard. For sure, you still need like a manager, like a production manager to handle all the artist problems. To like you need to work on that, you need to work on that. But and then you definitely need to be more. You can't be that kind of person that you just oh, we're not gonna show until next week, so I'm just gonna lay in bed until like Sunday and then spend the whole night to work like a whole week amount of work. Like you can't be like that kind of person anymore. You need to have your own schedule and then like strictly follow the schedule. It's like hard that way. Yeah, communication is getting slower, but other than that, I don't think it's a bad thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. And also, you was working like Blue Sky, Pixar, those kind of like fully animation studio, and now you move to MDHR. It's more like a game driving
Yeah.
studio. So, do you feel any difference like
Yeah,
about
for
work?
sure. It's funny because but I feel like it's good because I'm curious about games anyway, and um I'm also not really like I'm not like director or like story. So for me, as long as there's visual, that's part of my job. It's not like that much difference for me, like work wise. Also, like my MDHR doesn't do like games like Blizzard, Riot, like that kind of really cool, like big production games. If you guys ever seen MDHR's work, it's like Cuphead, like hand painted,
Yeah,
things like that. Like yeah, that those are really cute and very 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 artsy. So
yeah,
like very art focused.
Mhm.
That's why I really like the project like art focused. So that's not that much difference with film because you just do like what the game is gonna look like. What the film is gonna look like. It's kind of really similar. Yeah.
Did you ever play Cuphead before you applied to this studio?
Oh. I did apply. They found me, but I did play. They found me. I'm like, oh god, Cuphead. I love that game, but I can never finish it. It's so hard.
It's so hard. It's so.
They did that on purpose. I mean, it's a game that the more you play, the more you get used to it.
Yeah.
But you feel so stressed. It's just
Yeah.
so bad.
I
I'm
feel
not
like
a good gamer. Like every time I play things like I don't know, like Call of Duty, I always choose like the easiest mode.
that's
I
so true.
suck. Yeah, so Cuphead is like really really hard. Yeah, but I was so drawn to the art style.
Yeah,
It's
love it.
beautiful. So I was like, oh cool, yeah, sure.
They ask you change a bit, like change a bit to art style, like to more classical animation style.
Yeah, I mean, we can't really talk about what we're doing now, but it's very artsy. It's
Oh,
very different with what I was doing the past few years because like you said, I was in BlueSky and I went to Pixar. Um, it's just it's like 3D animation movies. It's very high realistic, like cartoon. Like it's different, 3D and things like that. Even like workflow is a little bit different. So
yeah.
exciting.
I'm so excited about this. Yeah, and how has your understanding of good character design and good visual development like changed since you start working professionally?
My understanding of character design.
Mhm.
I would say like when I was a student, when you're drawing, especially before I came to America, I have like zero idea how the industry works. Like zero idea what it's like here. Because back then the only access I have was like Japanese anime, basically. Like back in Taiwan, that's like the big thing, right? Anime, and even though we have like a little bit like Disney animation movies like that, you just think about you look like I remember when I was in Taiwan, like before I came to America, I was doing some comic and things, and everyone would look at my art like this is Disney style. This is Disney style. I'm like, no, that's not. But like that's basically how we understand. Like, oh, what kind of Western, not non anime style? That's Disney style. And then so that's like basically what my background is. And I was like, oh yeah, I just draw that. And then you came here like, oh, it's not just Disney style. Like all the style is has a purpose, and that's like they need to serve the story, and that's just like, oh, it's not it's not like simply just draw. I feel like I was treating drawing a character as like illustration more when I was back then compared to now. Now is more like we need to create this character to serve the story. It's basically like you're creating a actor or actress right now to like show the audience what the story is, like what's the best, everything served for story right now. So it's nothing about drawing something really pretty anymore. It's more like functional. I don't know. It's really different. I feel like my brain. I still do illustration. I still do children's book right now. But for now, visual development and character design. While I'm doing these jobs, my brain switched to another mode because like the logic behind illustration and character design is like it's very different. Yeah.
I feel like when we are doing design, most of the time we are like exploring like new explorations and new differences into like different designs. And then I'm curious about in your professional careers, have you ever gotten any note from your mentor and say, because sometimes when you're designing the stuff, the idea probably is not going to be aligned with the other people think about the design is going to be. Is there any note you got in your professional career that really changed your mindset when you're designing stuff for movies and games?
Yeah, the notes. I remember I was an intern in BlueSky, and then we were doing some character design for Nimona, and then it was not in the story anymore, but I remember we need to design a bunch of magical characters. Like basically, it's like a human, but part of them are like magical, like a witch or like a werewolf kind of thing. But it's not just like straight werewolf. I was so young. I was like just started, and then I was like, I'm gonna design a deer guy. That guy is like half deer, half human. So what you think about designing a deer guy, you probably put a horn on him, right? Like the deer horn on him, and then like the body is a human. And then I got called out by our director, and he's like, so what's the idea of this design? And I was like, it's a deer guy. It's like, yeah, but other than a horn on his head, what part makes him look like a deer guy? He has like a normal human face. Like if he's a deer guy, his teeth probably gonna look different. Like he's not gonna have like a beautiful, handsome human face. He's a deer guy, right? So it's like you can't just like stick a deer horn on this guy and call him a deer guy. You gotta think about the story, how this guy is gonna eat, what his life gonna be. He's not gonna be sitting. I mean, even though he's sitting in the restaurant, like eating his food, the food he's eating is not just gonna be like mac and cheese or something. It's not gonna be normal human food, right? You gotta think about his backstory. Even though it's not shown in the movie, it's a background character. There's no way you're gonna show every single aspect of the characters in the movie, but you gotta ask yourself like the story behind this character, how he lived, how he react, and not just like so like not something so simple on surface on the character. You gotta think behind it. That's like the way you create memorable characters, and that really hit me because I'm like, oh, I never know. Like I never think about it. Like when you did it's also not answered, but there was like a girl, like a really good designer in our team, and then she designed a werewolf girl that was so successful because you don't. It's not just like a wolf head on a human. It's not something that simple. It's a girl, and then but like from the body proportion, from the things she wear, there's like scratch, like I don't know, just like kind of like destroyed clothes she wears, and then like the music she's listening to, and just like these little details on this character is never that surface. Just like it's a werewolf. It's like oh, it's a girl that's living a werewolf life. It's just something so deep in character design. I was never thinking about it until I got that note, and then I keep reminding myself until these days. Like I will like double check my design to see if there's any story point I can push furthermore. Yeah.
Do you have any tips for that, like bring the story to your character design?
Yeah. I was So basically, when it just like a thing I keep reminding myself, even though it's not showing in the story or in the movie, you gotta just ask yourself who this character is. I remember when we were in Pixar, one of our character art director was asking us this question, and we will write it down. She asked, so these characters, what do you think, like what kind of song they put in their Spotify playlist, and what do you think their phone screen background is? I mean, you're not gonna see that in the movie, you know? But what do you think these characters, like what kind of music do you think they're listening to? And then like what, like the phone screen background is like the most important thing in your life, right? I put my dog, but what kind of phone like these characters would put on their phone? And I'll be like, oh, probably it's like a selfie of she and her dog. Even though we never show that this character probably have a dog in the movie, but like I think she has a dog. I think this person is a dog person. Like you ask yourself this kind of thing, even though there's just like little background characters there. But with these information in your head, it will be way easier for you to do like things like character moment paintings, like expressions. It will not just simply stay with happy, sad, angry, like when you're doing like character like moment painting, right? Like the expression sheet. When you have all these emotion like stories behind the characters in your mind, you'll be like, it's way easier for you to do things like that and then do a little bit different. Yeah.
Wait, so when you're done with that character design, does that mean you to pitch to the lead and say, "Oh, this is my character design," and then I'm thinking about this character is going to listen to blah 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 music, and you do that to the person, or you
Yeah,
just
it's actually a little bit like that. I was like doing character moments. I remember I was doing like Grace in Inside Out 2. She's a background character. I was like, she's not like important character, like writing and things like that. She's like secondary character, but so you don't really have that many screen time for her in the movie. She's like Riley's best friend, but yeah, and you will not show. But my character moment of her, she has a lot of plushies. I'll be like, I think she's the girl has like, you know, those like little keychain with like plushies for her emotional support. But they're playing. If you never watched the game, they play hockey in the game, and then she will, before she go to the game, she will like kind of cheer her up. She has plushies in her bag to cheer her up, and she will be like listening to some like her. I was like, she will put those K-pop stars pictures on back of her phone case. I don't know if you ever seen those kids having that, like bling bling phone case with like K-pop star pictures on the back.
I do
Yes.
have one.
Have that. And, and keychains with like a lot of things on her keychain. So I have those in mind. And then when I show my character drawings, it's basically her doing these crazy poses of talking to the plushie animals, eating pizza aggressively, things like that. So that really helps me. So I'm doing like character moment paintings. It's not just them doing whatever poses. It's them telling a story in her life. So you gotta see who this character really is. That's the purpose of expression sheet and moment painting. Yeah, it's like what these people actually are, and that you gotta use these like little story plot in your head to help you create that.
Do you write those details down? Like it will help you like understand more about this character. Like before you draw it and you like make a note about, oh, I gonna add a blah 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 to this character, or her personality is like what do this?
Yeah, sometimes I do like I'll have like a little note, like a notepad, or on my Mac I have like a note, what's like a sticky note app thing, and then you just put like any ideas. Like I was talking about Grace, where like, I'm like, why is she's like, I don't know if you guys probably never, if you never watch a movie, she's like a girl, like the middle school girl, and then she's very loud and like has like stickers all around her helmet. Like she's very loud. She's like very artsy, not afraid of like painting her nails and things like that. I'll be like, what? Especially she's Asian. I mean, I'm Asian. I didn't grow up like that. Like, what kind of family environment will create a little girl having this big personality in Asian, like East Asian family. And I'm like asking myself that, and I'll be like, oh, probably she has two brothers, and she's like the youngest kid, and then she's spoiled. that's like she's not afraid. Like she has two brothers, she's like a little bit like always grow up with boys and things like that. I don't know. I was like asking myself that, and then like I will give her, so like one of the paintings I did of her, she's wearing like a big jacket. So that's the jacket from her brother, something like that. I do like put little notes like that.
Do you do any like practice? Usually like some practice about just like if you randomly see someone looks really cool on the street and you want to turn it to a character design.
Yeah, all the time, right? You guys see some cool people, especially if you guys in LA. LA has so many cool people. You're like, damn, I want to draw this person. Yeah, I draw a lot more when I was a student. Like you see it like carry. I'm sure you guys do that. You carry sketchbook, and then you see a person on the street, like you draw her, and you just draw. I don't really do that anymore. I never carry a sketchbook with me anymore, which is doesn't really feel like an artist industry. I don't know. I just don't feel like I want to draw after I'm not working. Especially I'm on the street. I'm relaxing. I want to like not think about art, not think about work. But I will be like, this person is so cool. I want to draw her. But a lot of time it's either like hairstyle or things they're wearing or like just the vibe. But now I kind of just like remember it, and then I always call back on when I'm drawing like some random stuff, and I'll be like, I want to draw that person I saw the other day, and then it was come back. I was like, it's cool. I know it's I don't know. You shouldn't take a picture of other people. I was like, okay, I'll just take a picture of it.
Yeah, so I think it's a good time we can talk about this. So as you being an international artist from different countries, I'm as being a student now, I'm actually curious about what are some ways when you were a student, how do you make connection with people here? Because being an international here is very difficult because you have no
Yeah.
connection. Because nobody's in the industry. It's really hard to break into the industry with like knowing people. Can you share a little bit how you like connect with people here and how do you make the connections? Is it more like you just reach out to people and say, hey, who am I? And then I'm looking for a job, or it's just like more casually, you just talking with the person?
Yeah. So I was very shy. I don't know. I mean, a lot of us are like, especially from Asia, we're very shy. And I realized the shy is not serving me anything until I came to America. I was like, so I didn't really make any connection when I was in school, especially the first. I was only in CalArts for like 2 years because it was too expensive. I didn't make anything. I didn't do anything. I was like, what really helped me is just really focus on making good art and not afraid to share it, post online. I know like social media is such a pain to have, but for us, if you want to be seen and be remembered, you gotta showcase your work, and then you need to constantly update it online to let people see it. If you just post really good art and then disappear for half year and post another one, people are not gonna remember you because that's how social media work. You gotta keep having new things up there. I realized that that is way more efficient than going to Lightbox or whatever and then talk to people because that's what everyone else do. I had a table, but I was never on my table this year. But I had a table last year, and I remember how many people would come talk to me, and I can feel the anxious from every single person that come to talk to me, especially from students, because everyone wants a job. And then I believe everyone's really good because I remember there's last year I got 60 something like cards, like business cards in one day. And then I was like looking through them. Some are so good, and just like, oh my god, these people are so good. But even though they're so good, when they're on the business card, I don't really remember them. I don't remember their name. It's not like you should stop doing that, because I don't have time to like go through 60 cards and then check their Instagram one by one. It's easier for you just really keep posting things on social media, and then really good things, and then people will follow you naturally. Especially the industry is so small, so everyone follow each other. Once you keep posting and updating, it's really easy for your profile to show up in like the right people's feed, because people follow each other so much. I feel that's actually the best way to build connection right now on this state. It's like I feel like industry changed, like the world changed. It's not the time that the most efficient way is not you hold your portfolio in your hand and go to Lightbox to the artist table asking for feedback one by one. I don't think that's the best way to be remembered anymore. I think the best way is just to be remembered online, and people will remember your work. And it's important that that your name and your work is connected. A lot of time is like people will see good art online and you remember the artwork, but you don't know who the artist is. So that's why you gotta keep updating, and then people will keep seeing it, and then they connect your work and the art. Yeah, I think that's the best way right now, especially for students. Like for us, we don't have anything. we have zero. We don't have like a friend that works in this movie as an art director that he's gonna hire me for his next project. We don't have that. Especially international. And that's the thing you can do before you even come into America or starting abroad in the industry, because like internet is just big. We have so many artists that know that we just hire directly from their country. They never even need to come to America, because they have such a good portfolio or like art online, and you just know they're just that good. Yeah, so I would say that's the most efficient way now. It sucks.
Also, did you join the portfolio day when you was in CalArts?
In CalArts, I did, but I don't really get anything. Yeah, I got called out. I remember you got like, if they like your portfolio, you get a list, right? You have your name, and then you can get to talk to people. But still, it's so hard. It's so hard for them to remember your names. Like, so what happened for that is, especially after I started working BlueSky and Pixar, I know how it works for another end, for these people who are reviewing your portfolio. So what they have is we have like internship position, right? Like 3. There are 3 every year, and then you don't really have it in mind, like, okay, I'm going to CalArts and I'm gonna pick one student from CalArts. You don't really have that in mind, because you gotta go other schools too, especially for big studios like Pixar. We have a policy that we need to keep giving internship to big studios, to big schools. We gotta give the position to students from, even not from an expensive big art school, but they probably still have potential. We gotta save a spot for these kind of students. So we have that in mind. So it's not like guaranteed you got called back and then you're gonna get a job. It's not like that. It's more like, okay, good, I'm gonna meet a student because the student work is really good, and I'm gonna write down the name, and then when we go back to Pixar, I'll give this name to the recruiter. So all the studios have like a pool of artist names, and when the right opportunity come, they will probably reach out to the artist to give them like job, like contract or freelance or whatever. So that's the good. It's still a good thing to get called back, because it means your name probably is going to get into this artist pool, the name pool. I would say that's the purpose. It's not really about like, I'm gonna get a job on that day. No, that doesn't happen like that. So I feel like a lot of time it's like, I think my name kind of got picked from that, but I really don't think that helped me as much as I hoped it was. I remember I was making some little like little figure I designed. I remember I designed a dog, and then there's a company in Taiwan helped me turn it into like little figures. I only had like 2 in hand. Well, I'm just gonna put one there, just like a decoration. And someone took that. I still remember. I'm so mad. I only had 1, and then yeah, that's what happened. Yeah,
That's
we'll try to get callback. I mean, it's not. I won't like bet everything on that day, the portfolio day. Especially a lot of schools don't even have portfolio day. Like, what would they do? I was like, ours is very lucky to have that. But definitely listen to like the feedback. If you get callback, they will probably talk about how to improve your portfolio, what is good, what you should keep, what you should not keep. I think those are very valuable. Yeah.
yeah. Although I hear that like on portfolio, like now some like HR from big company and they know you are international student, they will just reject you directly.
Oh yeah, I got rejected all the time because I'm international. I basically got rejected from every single studio you can think of. It's a roller coaster. It's like, okay, wow, I got hired. Oh, by the way, no, you're not. You're international. Bye. Every single studio you can think about. Yeah, that happened to me. Even now. Yeah. So that's just the reality, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I mean, it's I don't know what to say. It's really hard because it's already hard to get a job, and then you imagine you finally got a job and then you got kicked out because your status. And it's not like it's impossible for them to make you legal. It's not impossible. It's actually very easy for them, especially big studios, for them to just get you a visa and then let you work there, but they don't want to because that's just their policy. It's expensive and takes time. A lot of time it's like it's not their fault because they need artists right now. Like they need an artist joining the production right now for like this amount of time. This is how the industry works now because everything is contract based. So everything probably just like few weeks, mostly few months. And visa takes about 2 months to get. If it's H1B, you even need to wait for the lottery. Production doesn't have time to wait for an artist, especially if you're not like director level. If you're a director, then yeah, of course they need to wait for you. But if just an artist, like they can't wait for artists like that, especially they have so many other options waiting for them to pick. So that's mostly what happened. So that's why I always recommend people coming to US. Before you come to US, you gotta know how the visa works, and you should get a visa yourself. And when the opportunity come, you don't have this problem that you get it and then they can't hire you. You already have your own visa. You can just get. So for artists like us, I would say the only way you do it is through O1 visa. H1B doesn't really work anymore, right? Hopefully it will change, but I also don't really know that many artists under H1B because it's just lottery. You don't bet your life on that. You gotta get O1, but for getting O1, you need a lot of achievement. That's something you can do before you come to America. I know like people here probably are a little bit too late, but if you're before you come, you should look into that and then get prepared. I was very lucky because I published a book before I came to America, and that book got translated into a lot of different languages and published in multiple countries in Europe. And that book also won an award in Taiwan. I didn't know any of these. I had that in my resume before I came to America. I didn't know this is gonna help me in long run. And then when I first got into BlueSky, there's the same problem. Like, oh, you're international. I was finishing my internship, and they're letting me go, but I'm like, but I want to get hired. And they're like, oh, but you're international. I was like, yeah, but I think I'm qualified for O1. And I dumped all these things in front of HR. And they're like, boy, actually, I think you're qualified for O1. Let's see. And then I got hired. That's why it happened. So it's just so hard because no one talk about this before you spend all your family's life saving and coming to art school in America. And then you realize, oh God, now how do I stay and work in the industry? I don't have the materials for a visa. But the thing is, these materials you can get before you spend all your money and come to America. So I was like, really try to help like as many internationals as possible. Be like, prepare before you spend the money, not spend the money and come and realize, oh God, I fucked. No, I know it's so horrible, but it's never. there's always a way. It just like I would say, even though you're here, you're already here. Like I don't think I have enough materials. It doesn't matter. Hire a lawyer, and usually the consultation part is free, and then they will check like what you have now, and then there's a list of things that you should prepare for international people. They'll be like, I remember I forgot for O1 how many categories. I think it's like so many categories, and you need to meet at least like 3 categories, like award, publications, big projects, things like that. And then just the lawyer will check what you have. They have experience. They'll be like, okay, this is good. This is not good enough. You gotta work on this. You gotta work on that, and then get that list and then work on it. Yeah.
Do you think if we submit our animation to some film festival that will help?
Yeah, film festival definitely help. I was really dumb. Like when I was in CalArts, I was not really paying attention on making a film. I was, so my film never I never submit to anything. But if you can, that would really help. Yeah, get awards. Yeah.
Recently, Crystal published a book called American Overtime, and you're talking about your experience in America, which is pretty epic. And also the story, like how you decided to come to America, is also very legendary too. But living in America is actually so hard, especially now it's getting harder and harder for multiple reasons. Is there anything you wish like someone had told you before, and also after you move here for very, very long time, is there any time you feel regretted to make the decision, or do you still want to make the same decision to come here and be an artist here?
I would say okay. That I'm here for about 10 years though. It was really different 10 years ago. Back then, I would say, especially in Taiwan, we don't really have an industry there. I mean, we have some right now, but back then there's like I don't remember. I was like, wow, if I want to do this, the only way of doing this job is coming to America. Especially, I don't really draw anime, so I can't go to Japan because I don't know how to draw anime, and so I can't go to Japan. So like, oh, I guess, and I was like, Europe, I can't speak French. I can't go to Europe. So like, America is the only option. But for now, I would say if you're international, America is not the only option anymore. I feel like right now you have so many other options. This is not the only way for your dream. This is not the only way anymore. I would say right now you don't need to. It's actually way easier now for internationals compared to 10 years ago. And yeah, I was like, do I regret? I don't know, because if I don't come, I don't get to meet all the people I know now, and I can't imagine my life without like my people, my friends, and then the connections I've built in the past 10 years. Like I can't imagine that, but I don't know. Like you never know, like the things you didn't do. It feels a lot of like chaos right now as internationals. I would say try. I'm also like grateful that I'm international, because if this if this is my country right now, I'll be so worried. But I was like, oh, I'm just a visitor. I don't believe anything. It feels a little bit lucky that way, but it's also like sad because I know so many amazing people. Like the most amazing people I met in my life are all here, and they're suffering right now. So I feel really bad, and I was like, I don't know what I can do. You feel like helpless, like I want to help, but I'm not gonna. I can't help anything because I'm not from here. I can't even vote. I can't do anything to help you guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, but for the animation, like the art part, it's definitely I would say America is definitely one of the hardest country right now to pursue this dream, the art dream, even though it looks like all the studios are still here, right? All the jobs are still here, but I would say under the blanket, not really. My job is not from America, even though I live here, just because I physically here. And I do freelance and illustration, children's book all the time. Half of them are not from America anymore. I feel like my job, like my clients are very international. Like I was checking the list. I was doing text. So I was checking like the things I did last year. I was like, oh, it's actually 60% of them are not from America. A lot of them are from UK, like Europe or Canada. So it's like you really don't need to. It's really hard right now. And even though your dream is like, I just want to get into Disney, but yeah, before you get into Disney, first you need to get into Disney level, right? You gotta draw so good, and then Disney needs to have a design position open, which probably won't happen in 10 years. I don't know. Like, it's so hard for big studio to have position open, but they always do freelance. Like, they always hire freelance artists. They always have like contractors. For that, you don't really need to physically be here, and then but you need to have really good art, and you need to have clients. You need to have experience. That's the problem. Like, a lot of people don't have experience working, especially if you're like fresh students. It's harder that way because they want someone with experience, and with that you don't really need to be here. You can even do it in your own country because the help of internet and social media, it's way easier to get clients now. Yeah, I don't need to physically be here. I don't know. It's like, it looks bad and horrible, but it's actually, I would say, for international, it's actually a little bit easier than before. Yeah.
So after you have been staying in America for so long, do you ever feel you being more fit into this culture, or you being more homesick after years being here by yourself?
Yeah, I do feel homesick. Like, especially these past 3 years. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, oh my god, I need to move back. I need to move back. But I can't because I have a dog and a cat. It's also my boyfriend here. I'm kind of like trapped. Yeah, it's not like I don't want to be here. It's just like when you're like away from your whole family. I'm the only person here. Like, your whole family for so long. You wanna be with your people. Yeah, it's hard to be away from family, especially Taiwan's so far. I don't know from LA how many hours. From San Francisco, it's like 14-hour flight there, and then like 12-hour back. It's so far. I finally made my mom to come visit me during the Christmas, and after she left, I feel so empty. It's like, oh my god, I'm alone again in this land. Yeah, it's not like I hate it here. I hate this place. It's not. I mean, I would say it feels a lot more comfortable here because America is so big and it's so quiet compared to Taiwan. I'm from Taipei, so it's like insane. Yeah, but you do miss family after a while. I don't know. Every time I say something like I really want to move back to Taiwan, and people online will comment, "What the fuck? Why? You already left. Don't come back." I was like, guys, you don't know how good Taiwan is until you leave. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we almost come to the end of the interview. And before we end the podcast, do you have any question for us as a student currently pursuing animation in our school? Which is a question. If you have no question, it's okay too.
No, I'm just curious, like, what makes you guys want to do this podcast? That's so cool because I don't know. In CalArts, I'm from CalArts too. So in CalArts, I remember everyone's so stressed, and then you just one film is going to kill you, and you guys are doing so much like extra things and knowing. Because I was looking at like all you guys people you guys interviews, like, it's so interesting, and like it's so cool you guys are doing that. Like, what makes you guys do it? It's so much work. Can't imagine.
When we just email some really really great animator, and they email us back, and we feel, oh my god, they actually accept our like interview request, and that will be so exciting, you know.
We always want to like know people. It's even though it's not like, oh, you guys are students, I don't want to talk to students. Why not? Like, you guys are so good. Look at the cat. So it's just like, because I always feel like you guys we're gonna work together sometimes in the future. Like, I always feel like this. It's just always good to know more people, especially you guys are so good. I'm from CalArts too. I'm really curious about. I know there was a flood a few years ago. I'm like curious about what's going on there right now. I was wishing I could like go back down to see, but It's been a while. Every time I drive to LA, I will drive by CalArts. I'll be like, oh, I'm wondering what it looks like now.
So what happened after the flood is it took them like 2 years to renovate the whole space. They took them 2 years to do the thing, and then basically everything's new for the animation space right now. But they still having no furniture for the common space, even though they keep promising. Like people say, "Oh, we are going to add furniture," but I guess the program is suffering right now. They're also cutting down the budget for TA,
Oh
and
god.
you can significantly feeling that the school is under there's something going on within the school and people are all very mad about this. But I think animation is doing okay because we're actually the biggest program, right? But you can see like how angry people are in our school towards the principals and the way they're spending money. It's just actually pretty insane. Now the tuition is almost like 35,000 per semester for internationals, and then the school is now actually doing a good job like handling money. They're actually like dumping like like just
That
letting
amount of
it's
money.
crazy. Yeah, but I think animation is doing good because we're the biggest program. We have pretty strong.
You guys are great. You guys are great. Oh, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Like that's so much money. I mean, when I went, it was very expensive. I think the time I went was like 27,000 a semester, or 28. But compared to what? I thought mine is already the limit, like of high. I'm still paying it. I'm like, even though like so many years. I don't know.
Tuition every year,
like,
increasingly constantly, and then this year because they're undergoing a red budget, they're undergoing a budget cut. So the way they come with making more money is actually having more students in every program, so they can milking more money from students.
Not good. They even send me email. I still got email from CalArts asking for money. I'm like,
no way. Yeah.
How expensive your tuition is. I feel so bad. And you guys are so talented. I just want to be like I didn't finish school because it's too expensive for me. My mindset of coming to America at that time was like, I just want to experience and then I'll go back to Taiwan. That's like when I came to America, that's what I was thinking. And I ended up staying. So I was like, what the hell? People are like, oh, international. I remember I was like anxious. I was asking the teachers. I was like, is there any international students back then that they didn't graduate and that they still stay in the industry? And the teacher was like, I don't remember because you guys need that OPT or CP. I forgot. Is that called OPT? You guys need that OPT things. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm done. I'm going back to Taiwan. But then I stayed. So I mean, there's always a way. There's if you guys want to stay, I know it's like now is probably not a good time, but yeah, it's actually not. It just there's always a way. I know it's hard. So even though it's like so expensive, for me, I don't think it's worth it. If you guys want to leave, don't let this OPT or whatever thing stop you. There's always a way. I would say like, even though you leave now, there's always a way to come back, especially if you build like a really good experience outside of school. I feel like the biggest learning curve I have in my whole career started after school when I actually start working. I learned the most in that year. Yeah. It's okay. If it's too expensive, don't let that hold back your life. It's like I'm still paying it. It's been 10 years.
It's really crazy.
Okay. Don't let that destroy your life.